Good evening, class. I just wanted to give you a first-hand look of the worst implementation of multiplayer in video game history, and a lesson of what you should never, under any circumstances, do if you want to create a multiplayer game. And not only should this never be done in any game ever in the history of the world, and it hasn't, this is literally the first time this has ever happened in video game history, but it's even more insulting when you realize that this is a remake of a game that already exists. This is not a new game. It's a new concept, but this game came out 25 years ago, back in 2001. And in the original game, there was nothing like this. So we know modern equals crap, but this is actually shocking, even to me. So that should tell you something. You know, I miss the old days, even on the same game, where in order to play the game, all you had to do was do this. Or, if you wanted to play with another person, God forbid, all they had to do was pick up a second controller and go, start. Gone are the days. So I have already logged in, so I can't show this to you, but I will tell you about it. In this game, you cannot play it unless you have linked a Microsoft account. Too bad. You literally cannot, under any circumstances, play Halo Remake without linking it to a Microsoft account. Yes, that even means playing offline single player. They literally hold you at gunpoint to link a Microsoft account. That's for one player, offline by the way. Let me show you what they do if you dare to play in your own home with a second player. It is shocking. Check this out. So, not only does the second player also have to have a PSN. Now, for those of you who are going to say, what do you mean? Having a PSN is totally normal. Really? Because in every other game on the planet, it's okay for the second player to continue as a guest. In every other multiplayer game on planet Earth, it is okay for the second player to simply continue as a guest. But not on the Halo Remake. The second player must also have a PSN for some reason. And that second player must also link that PSN to a Microsoft account. But it gets even worse. Now, I currently have 2 players logged in. Now, let's take a look at the menu. What does it say? It says resume solo game, campaign, play co-op, customization, and collectibles. Now, in most games on the entire fucking planet, what you would see is start game. You press start game, it'll say single player, multiplayer. You click multiplayer, then you select the file. Maybe a file you've already made, or it could be a new game. You pick the one you want, you start the game. I know, that's fucking mind-blowing. But not in Halo Remake. You see, I have the second player ready to go, right? But if I press resume solo game, any player is going to think, well, what do you mean resume solo game? I'm trying to play with a friend, right? Crazy idea. So you think, well, I'm not going to play that. This button here says play co-op. Maybe that means playing co-op with my fucking friend. But no, what it actually means is playing online with a friend. And you're sitting there thinking, but I'm in the same room. I want to play with the person I'm sitting on the couch beside. Well, don't forget, it's modern day. We don't allow that. So, you've tried, you know you can't press resume solo game. You know you can't press play co-op. So now you're left thinking, how the fuck do I play the game with my friend? It's wild. Well, here's how it's actually done. Hold on, brace yourself on this one. Here's what you actually do. You press the second option, which says the word campaign. After you've pressed campaign, you are still being told to resume solo campaign. You're still thinking, how do I play with my for the love of fuck friend? The next option says new game. Well, here's the thing. If your goal is to play a new game with your friend, you're good to go. But if your goal is to include your friend on a file you've already started, you're still left thinking, how do I do it? Well, the only other option says bonus missions. Okay, well, I guess I can't play with my friend. Oh, but you can. You see, you have to press new game. Yep. See, most human beings would be thinking, new game, doesn't that mean I start the game from the beginning? Just wait. Select the mode you want, easy, whatever. And then it will give you a chapter select of the missions you've already done. So let's say I want to do chapter 4, I click chapter 4, and boom, I can finally play, not from the beginning, with my friend. And here's what it really comes down to. Why the fucking holy name of hell do I have to press the new game button for a game that's not new? Now, I know what some of you will be thinking. Matt, they mean new game in the sense that this is a new game you are playing with your friend. I don't give a fuck if that's what you interpret it as. I'm talking about reality. Most of us gamers who have been around since the fucking NES or before that would rightfully interpret the words new game as a new file that starts from level 1. Most people are not going to think of pressing the new game button for a file where you're not starting from level 1. This is mind-blowing, and to my knowledge, this has never been put on any other game in all of human history. This is the worst multiplayer that has ever been created from a video game in the history of the entire world. Now, just in case the creators of the Halo 1 remake are watching this video, allow me to show you how multiplayer is supposed to be implemented and has been implemented in every game ever made except for Halo 1 Remake. I'm using Sonic Superstars as an example. So, you pick a file. You see this screen that says, please choose your character. Well, here's player 1. Here's what happens. Player number 2 picks up their controller, presses the X button, player 2 chooses their character, player 1 chooses their character, and boom, the game starts. Fucking mind-blowing, right?